Hello everyone, welcome to this special fashion edition of the 60 and Me show. I'm here with Melanie Payge. She's a fashion consultant in Milan, and we're talking about body types and the importance of understanding your body type and knowing how to buy clothes that really work for your body type. So the body type we're going to talk about now is what's traditionally called the pear-shaped body. For obvious reasons, and I am going to represent that body type. I am pear-shaped, bigger on the bottom than I am on the top. Mm-hmm. So, what advice have you got for me, Melanie, to accentuate my body type?
Well, I never really liked those words like the pear shape or that is this shape or that shape or the other. But in fact, there are many women who have a tendency to be a little bit hippier, let's call it, or have a little bit small waist. It's a Marilyn Monroe type of look. That's how I like to go for that. Because
let's call it the Marilyn Monroe body
in reality,
type.
You have a very small waist. Yeah. And most of us, the other body types that we've talked about, the petite with this larger waist and the broad shoulders, normally we don't have waists anymore. They just kind of disappear. Right. So the one thing you really want to accentuate when you have this type of body is your waistline. Okay, we don't want to do that the wrong way. We want to be tailoring. For example, in one type of tailoring, we're going to go for a straight jacket, but in this type, you definitely want to go with the jackets that give you the broader shoulders. So you're going to go straight across with the shoulders, not down, not up, straight across. And you really want the jacket to come in and define your waistline. You want to be able to button it, and it's very nice if it has something in the back. It doesn't have to be a ruffle, but it could be a slit or a seam, something that covers certain area a little bit lower in the back than it would be on the sides, and you want to make sure that it really defines. And this is where sometimes over a jacket you might want to wear a belt or something like that. Now,
So just on the length of the jacket, because I want to make sure I get this right, because I have, as you're talking, and women in the community have told me about jackets being difficult for them. I always tend to buy jackets that go to this point. Now you're saying it sounded like they should go to the waist to accentuate my waist.
There are now lots of jackets. I mean, jackets are big deal. I think that they really enhance our beauty and our look, and we can use them for color. Many things that in the past people use scarves for or excessive jewelry for, which is kind of cluttering. But for example, if we had a jacket on, even if it was a stylish jacket, and it came down just to here and stopped, that's fine. Okay. That's absolutely fine, especially if you're wearing it with a nice dress that's fitted and tailored to fit your body type, then it would be perfect because that would accentuate. The other thing is that it does need to come straight down here. You should not be wearing any sort of straight down jacket. It definitely has to have a defined seam that fits your waistline, that it's not too high or not too low. Okay. So, I mean, that kind of tailoring is very important. Okay. And jackets, especially with your body type. Okay. If you have an excessive portion, it's two or three sizes larger than your shoulders, for example, you do not want to be wearing leggings or anything that comes down in this way. Contrary to other body types, you want to make sure that your pant leg is extremely straight and it comes down from where your hips are. And this really helps the style of your leg and the way that you look to really bring your look together and make it a full-figured woman look. I mean, it has nothing to do about losing weight. It has nothing to do about, I'm going to get smaller here, I have a tummy here. I mean, these are the things that I hear from most of my clients. Yes. And it's not about losing weight. It's about accepting your body type and dressing correctly for that type and enhancing the things that are positive about your body.
I'm glad you mentioned weight because I think a lot of women, not just in this body type, but maybe even the broad-shouldered and round women are, they shop with anticipation of losing weight. Well, so I'll go, you go into the shop and you think, oh, I love that dress or I love that jacket and I am going to lose 20 pounds, no problem. And even if you lose it, that's great. You can always have the clothing taken in. But how would you talk to someone about buying clothing in anticipation of losing weight?
Well, I think that the main thing that all of us need to look at is that at one time we could wear one type of clothing, and after 60 we're going to be wearing another type. And even if you are going to lose the weight, and even if you do, it doesn't mean that your body type is going to be, and you're going to lose that weight where you thought you might. Because no matter, some people want to lose it in one area and not in another, and sometimes that just doesn't happen. So you should buy the clothing that fits you for your body type at that moment. I'm very much so that we could accept ourselves just the way we are,
Yeah.
and whatever body type we have. It's not right to be envious of another body. What we need to do is dress perfectly for us, and we will look good. That's the main
Yeah,
thing.
and I think if you feel good about yourself, you look better. So I think that's, it's just buy for what, the shape you are, make sure it's fitted well and tailored. But I just wanted to ask you before we close, you talked about waist, accenting the waist and not wearing leggings. That was very good advice. I'm going to take that. But what about the top? What would you do if you are smaller on the top than you are on the bottom? What kind of tops, other than a jacket? Dresses
Right.
maybe, or what would I do?
Well, that depends. If you buy a dress and you're different sizes, okay, that needs to be tailored because obviously you will have a larger.
Yes.
In order for it to fit the hips, you'll have a larger hole, which can be easily taken in up on the sides. But you also might have too much of a gap here on the sides. And although you put the jacket over, you think nobody notices, it doesn't fit right. So it's important to fit right. One of the nice things about this is we do have skirts and tops, so therefore you can use the top and then the bottom to fit with that. But the main thing is that you need to also keep a really good eye on what your neckline is, because if you have a smaller top than bottom, you want to keep your accent up around your neck. And for example, you have a very nice neck and the pearls look nice on you, a round neck looks nice on you. So these are the kind of things that you want to accentuate.
And how about scarves? I'm okay with scarves? With this body type, should I wear things that are longer, or just any guidelines on accessorizing?
It depends on what you're wearing. You never want to have a cluttered look. At our age, we don't want to clutter things up. We don't want to complicate. We want to simplify and we want to simplify what we're wearing, and at the same time accentuate our natural beauties.
That is fantastic advice.
Okay.
The community is going to love this, and I hope you found this valuable. Thank you very much, Melanie,
Welcome.
and we look forward to seeing you again in the future. Thanks so much, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.